Hey class, I just wanted to do some quick jump in videos here for you just to kind of show you how to do certain problems that you're going to see in your My Math Lab. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to walk through a couple problems that are showing up, and they seem to be ones that a lot of students are having trouble with. So this is from section 1.1. I'm saying only section 1.1 because I have a couple different classes. This might be homework 3 for one class and homework 2 for another. So just pay attention to the section that you're going over. So these are the types of problems that you're going to see solving linear equations. Most people don't struggle with this type of problem, so I'm not going to take the time to do that one. But what I wanted to show you, let me get to it here. Okay, so interval notation. I'll do this one real quick, and you're going to have different numbers, so just be patient with that. Make sure that you understand, that everything that I'm showing you is based on the problem that I've been given. You're going to get a different problem. So with this one, what I wanted to just kind of point out to you is whenever you're dealing with interval notation, you have to notice the inequality. So remember, less than looks like a collapsed L. That's your less than sign. And then greater than means the first, as you're reading it left to right, you're seeing the larger size, the larger side. So this is your greater than sign. Now, when you have it set up like this, where you have an X in the middle, you need to read it from the X first, then the inequality. So in other words, this is two different inequalities altogether. Okay, that's what that's saying. It's two different inequalities altogether. So your first inequality, if I read it from the X is greater than -3. So notice I'm reading it this way. So X is greater than or equal, I'm sorry, just greater than -3. Then the other one is I'm reading again from the X out. So X is less than or equal to +3. Okay, so those are your two inequalities that are set up as one expression. Okay, so X is greater than -3, but it's also less than +3. Okay, so when you're looking at this, when you're looking at interval notation, when you have a less than sign by itself or a greater than sign by itself, the interval is going to be written with a parenthesis. Okay, so whatever side has the greater than by itself or the less than or the greater than by itself, it's a parenthesis. If you have less than and equal or greater and equal, this with interval notation is a bracket. The bracket indicates that it's equal to, it's included. So in this case, if I were to graph this, here is my +3, here is my -3. Okay, so it's X is greater than -3. So we notice it's only a greater than sign. There's no equal sign attached to it. So it's an open circle, and it's all the values greater than -3. Okay, so it goes that way. This one says it's all the values less than or equal to +3. So when it's equal to, it's a solid, and it's all the values going this way. Where your two lines intersect, this is the numbers. These are the numbers that this inequality is talking about. So when you write this in interval notation, you can literally see it as X is in between. Okay, it's in between -3 and 3, just like it's written. Your X is in between -3 and 3. So in interval notation, it does not include the -3, so it's a parenthesis. It does include the +3, so it is a bracket. Now, this is different than the ordered pair. Ordered pair is a point on a graph. This is interval notation saying I have an interval, and it's all numbers between -3 but not including -3 and +3, and it includes +3. And again, the reason why I use the bracket is because of the less than and equal to sign. Okay, so that's one example of one of these interval notations. Make sure you note that when to use the parenthesis and when to use the bracket. If you had an equation that looked like this, x is greater than or equal to, say, 4, on a graph, it's going to look like this. Here's my 4. It's including the 4, and it's all the values greater than 4. So in interval notation, it would be a bracket, 4, and then because it continues on forever, it's the infinity sign. So when you have an infinity sign down here at the bottom of your screen, you'll have some icons, and that's the only way to draw an infinity sign. And then infinity goes on forever, it never stops. So I'm going to use the parenthesis. So the parenthesis is used for less than, greater than, and anytime you have an infinity, you're going to use the parenthesis because it doesn't stop. It just keeps on going forever. And then same thing going in the other direction. If I had x is less than 4, graphically, this is what it looks like. It's only less than, so it's not including the 4, but it's everything below 4. So in interval notation, it would be parenthesis, negative infinity to 4. Make sure, and a parenthesis because it doesn't include 4. Make sure when you do this that every time you write interval notation, it's low to high. Okay, you never want to switch these. It's always going to be low to high. Okay, all right, that's it for now. Come on.